Good morning, folks. Looks to be a very fine morning today. Riding down to Milton Keynes to visit my ma, with a little stop off on the way there to have a coffee with my sister. And I got my eyes peeled a little bit because our cat has gone missing, which my kids are very upset about, especially my daughter. Yesterday morning I let the cat out like really early. She's normally out all night and she comes back like clockwork for her breakfast. She knows exactly when her breakfast is. She's got like an internal clock, which is very food driven, so it's highly unusual when by midday yesterday she still hadn't returned. By the evening we were starting to fear the worst, so we started walking around the fields at the back of the house, the roads at the front, seeing if we could see an injured or dead cat on the side of the road. We've not seen anything. She hasn't come back. Now, I've inquired around, like this pets Telegram group that I'm in, where it's all around sort of like alternative health treatments for pets, avoiding big pharma like the plague, and not just people but pets as well. So like there'll be suggestions on, you know, how to treat your pets homeopathically or with natural things, and I'm in that pet group. It's just a small group, maybe got, I don't know off the top of my head, 50 people in it, but the lady who set the group up is in some other groups, some crypto related groups as well. So that's how I got pulled into this group, because I'd already kind of seen some of her posts in the other group. So I just put, because I've got zero experience with missing cats, other than I know that our old cat Phoebe, when I was a baby and a child, and she was with us until I was a teenager, she'd gone missing once. And she'd made some kind of epic journey, I think. I'll have to ask my mum the details. It was around about the time we're moving house. And she eventually showed up, although her tail had to be amputated. She'd gotten into some trouble. So I know cats are capable of making like epic journeys over long distances sometimes to get home. But I hadn't had much experience in recent years, because she's the first cat I've had in like 30 years, and she came to us by accident as well, because somebody couldn't keep her. So that's why I put a post in the pet group, and I started googling it, you know, what happens if my cat has been missing for 24 hours. On Google there was like one cat that returned after 3 years. But that's pretty much a freak thing, I think. That cat must have just got really lost and then stumbled back across its house. That's my only theory I've got there. And then thought, oh, I recognise this place. But so in the group somebody kindly responded and said, you got nothing to worry about. What did she say? Yeah, she said that her mum's cat had gone missing for 3 days. She kept saying, oh, nothing to worry about. That's given me a little bit of hope. But it's just very, very unlike our cat Billy. She never... The longest she's missed breakfast for is probably like 2 hours. Because I normally feed her routinely every day at the same time, at about 7 AM. I feed her, then I walk my dogs, then I feed them. That's a daily routine every day, every single day without fail, come rain, come shine. I never lie in because of my pets, plus I don't really believe in lying in, but that's another topic. So yeah, I would say the chances of my cat coming back now feel like they're slim, because we're now full 24 hours. It's not quite the 3 days. So if I was to place a bet on chance of her coming back, it might be 10-15% at this stage. If she comes back, we'll be super happy, and especially my daughter. She was crying like a lot during the day yesterday. It's quite sad for her, especially, and my son's upset. But yeah, just different theories. One being, yeah, she could have been run over somewhere far, because I have no idea how far she goes. No dead cats on the roads near my house, but who knows which other roads she could go down. But up until now, she's never ventured out on the front, because we have quite a busy main road out on the front. She's never ventured past my gate. I've never seen her pass my gate. I've seen her on my front drive and jumping over my neighbours' fences, but never beyond the gate. So that would be unusual, I would say, although I don't truly know where she goes at night, must be said. I did think about putting a tracker on her to figure that out. And then the other theory is she might have got mauled by one of the neighbours' dogs. There's a particularly bad dog one of my neighbours has on, like, facing my house, would be on the right side. It's this huge Caucasian Shepherd, and he's an angry dog. He's not very friendly, and but he's big and slow. And all this time, I know she's been going in that garden, and I don't think she's been too worried about him catching her. But it could be that he caught her, and if it's in the early hours, we wouldn't have heard it, maybe, because that garden is so big. She could actually be, if she's dead in there, she could be kind of lying up against a tree stump somewhere in that huge garden. They may not have discovered her yet. That's kind of pretty horrible thing to contemplate. Then the other side, so facing the left as you face my house, neighbour on the left. Oh wow, they've resurfaced this road, that's cool. That dog's also a bit of a bad Labrador. He's the most unfriendly Labrador I've ever seen in my life. He's more like, it's like he identifies as a German Shepherd. He's not a nice dog. I think they're saying he's traumatised by another dog. He would probably kill my cat. He might not, I don't know. They have told me that their dogs don't like cats. They sent me a picture once when we first got the cat of my cat sunbathing in their garden with the message was, our dogs don't like cats. But I was like, well, thanks for letting me know, but there's not much I can do short of electrifying my fence. But again, I'm not actually sure, although that dog Bert is not very nice to strangers. I'm sure he's a lovely dog for them. I'm not convinced he would just kill her on sight. And in any case, he's very old, and their other dog is like a golden retriever who's super old and hasn't been well. So I think my cat could easily outrun both of those dogs. But then there's a theory it could be another neighbour further down the road, you know. And I know nothing about those dogs further down. Then I had a theory that she could have been attacked by a fox. Trying to think what sort of natural predators there would be out there in the early hours of the morning. There could be a roaming dog, as we've seen the farmer's dog roaming before in the past. Not been it has been known to happen, shall I say. Or fox. I couldn't think of anything else. I don't think any bird of prey would be big enough to take on the cat. But let me know if I'm wrong on that. And I did Google, can a fox kill a cat? And sure enough, a fox can kill and eat a cat, but it's apparently unlikely to happen. They both prey on the same kind of animals, and so they might encounter each other, but it would be unlikely. And I dare say a cat would go down with a fight. There'd be a standoff, and the cat would be all claws blazing. So it might not necessarily be a fight that the fox would want to take on them, but I suppose it depends how hungry it is. And then just other theories like she's stuck down a hole, is she stuck somewhere in someone's shed, fallen down into a well or something. Not that I'm aware of there being any around my area. Or somehow got injured and like crawled under a rock somewhere to either recuperate from her injury or sadly die. I think that's the difficulty, is like if you find the cat dead on the side of the road, as traumatic as that is, and I mean I'm very attached to the cat, it'd be traumatic for me, but definitely be traumatic for the kids, because they were with me as we were searching up and down the road for signs of her. At least if in that situation you kind of got closure and you can mourn your pet, take your pet home, bury it or dispose of it and mourn it, and then just be sad for a few days or weeks until eventually it passes. But when you just don't know where she is, there's always that hope dangling as is she going to come back. So now we're over 24 hours since I've seen her last. So let me know in the comments if you're a cat person. Oh yeah, there was one other theory, and maybe this ties in with the Google result of the cat that came back after 3 years, that she's ventured too far, got lost, and can't find her way home. That I'd be surprised, because cats are super navigators, but that is what one cat loving friend, kind of cat expert friend, told us could have happened. So yeah, if you got any ideas, let me know in the comments. We're just going to get some fuel and head down to MK. Stop at the Marks and Sparks. Or as my grandma, my Turkish grandma, used to call it, Marks and Expensive. She genuinely thought that was the name. She shopped there. She shopped there in Marks and Spencer's, but she just thought the actual name was Marks and Expensive. Do you? She was funny. Right, I need to slow down, boy. Some nasty speed cameras here. So give me some fuel, head down to Milton Keynes. Gotta say though, it's a beautiful day to go for a ride. Just temperature wise, just right really. Not too hot, not too cold right now. So far they've not really gone super quick yet. Just round town, but yeah, we're head on 7k now. There was a kind of a topic I wanted to talk about, and that is sort of YouTube trials and tribulations. I don't know if any of you are seasoned YouTubers with experience in dealing with them and keeping them happy. As I've said many times before, and as everyone knows, they are a censorship platform, but that's not so relevant. The focus of my channel is mostly violin content. So I worked very hard posting a lot of videos on there, and I built up the criteria to get monetized, the first rung of the ladder for monetization. But my monetization request got rejected. And I can sort of understand YouTube's reasoning here, because the nature of a lot of my videos, I'm making it my mission to document all of the luthiers, all of the violin makers that there are up until, you know, like 1900, with some examples of modern makers as well. I forgot to put my sat-nav back on. I'm going to have to pull over. I'd forgotten something. Anyhow, the nature of my YouTube channel is such that I'm having to do a lot of kind of screenshotting of photos left, right and centre, oftentimes from Tarisio and other violin specialist sites, some of the other violin auction sites, sites like Nippon. Say for example, if I was doing a video on the Dragonetti Strad, Ingalls and Heyday have lots of really nice photos. So like, I'm crediting them, I'm saying, yeah, photo copy or courtesy of, you know, Strad magazine, whatever. And then I'm getting like the biography of the luthier is usually at the beginning of the video, followed by what is basically a slideshow. Oh damn it. I've got a problem with my gears here. Right, let's go. Forgot to go down the gears. Yeah, it's effectively a slideshow photo presentation of instruments, and I know I've had a lot of interest because of the number of subscribers I've built up. So people are enjoying them, kind of educational videos, but YouTube's objection is that there's not enough original content. So yeah, the biography, I'm also borrowing heavily from Tarisio, Amati.com, the Strad, here and there. So it's not original content. Now there is some original content in my channel, as you guys who've been watching my violin videos will know. And that's like my violin pilgrimages playlist, where I've been to Cremona this year, I've been to London on a few violin pilgrimage trips, I've been to Prague, and I've got more planned for, like, I've got Oxford planned for this year, still in November, and then next year Paris, the Cité de la Musique in Paris, and Mittenwald in Germany, you know, maybe I'll go to Mark Neukirchen. I don't know if I'll do that all in 2025, but I've definitely got plans. Now that's original content, because that's not me, you know, borrowing photos and things. That is actually me walking around the city and taking you to different violin sites, and me showing you the instruments in person, you know. So what I've had to do, because they won't monetize my channel now and the appeal failed as well, is I've had to, and that's where I should have pulled over. Let me pull over here. I've had to actually create another channel for original content, which I've called Violin Pilgrimages. But the problem is I don't have 1,300 subscribers on that channel. I have like 2 at the moment. What the heck is wrong with my gears? 1 neutral. So, as I was saying, and so, like, there is a route to monetization of my channel, but that would involve deleting thousands of videos, literally thousands of videos on all the violin makers, and that's not something I want to do, because I'd rather gift that to the world, really, because it's taken me so long to put those together, and I benefit from them as a violin enthusiast, because if I want to remind myself, well, you know, who was Storioni, I can just go and find my own video, literally. So it benefits me too. And plus, that is what people have subscribed to my channel for, because other than my recent proms video, which is now pushing, should hopefully get 6,000 views, all of my other views are on that type of video that I've just described about luthiers. So for me to delete them all would be letting down my subscribers, but equally I did put an update on there to say please come over to my new channel for my original content, but I haven't had a great number of people subscribe. So there's the dilemma. So this is where I think this highlights the failings of YouTube, really. Why can't they keep, say, the bulk of my videos unmonetized, but allow me to monetize individual videos that are original content? It's not something YouTube are prepared to do. So whilst I understand their decision, I find their inflexibility a bit disappointing. To be fair, I'm not in it for the money. I'm never going to be getting millions of subscribers. I'm not going to be like the Mr. Beast of violin. So I don't really care, to be honest, if I never get monetized anywhere. But I have got the problem now, as if I do get lucky with the other channel and I do get the interest and I reach the point where I can consider monetizing that, great, I can post videos there, my travel videos there. But if I don't, then I'm going to have to post them simultaneously in the 2 channels, so that maximum number of people can actually see them, even though in one of them it won't be monetized. And then I've got the problem of my soundtracks that I use with Epidemic Sound. If I want to be copyright free for across 2 channels, I have to pay them considerably more money. So that's another added issue, is the music, and I don't want to keep having to use the very limited classical music selection that you get with YouTube audio, which is they're nice pieces, but you're limited. Some of them are long, so you could make like 4 or 5. I don't want to come here. I don't want to come here. I'm going back. You could make 4 or 5 you know, 2-minute videos out of one track just by segmenting it. Do not want to go on the motorway, so bugger off. Sat nav, I'm going this way. So which way though? Which way? I need it to reroute me to Daventry. Might have to follow my nose here a little bit. I had this problem last time in that I haven't really memorised the route, and I definitely don't want to go motorway. And so what time is it? 9 o'clock. I've got an hour to get there as well. I can't sort of faff about either, so I'm having to then follow my nose a bit, but it should reroute me eventually towards Daventry way, I hope. At the moment it keeps telling me to turn back. Southam, Coventry, Leamington. I might want to just head towards Leamington right now until it finds me the other route, or Banbury. Banbury would do. Let's go this way. This will probably be it. Cool. So those are my YouTube trials. If you have any experience like this and how you've ducked and dived with your YouTube, let me know in the comments. And I'll put my nose down now. I've got to get to my destination. Those are the 2 things on my mind, and ciao for now.